How do you think about kind of scripting in general? Do you have some storytelling structures, everybody in the content creation is talking about?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many out there, and there are a lot of different books that can sort of bring you there. But I think for me, a couple of things before I start, I ask myself a couple of questions. The first thing is, what do I want my audience to feel by the when they finish watching this? What do I want them to feel? Because the kind of content I love to create is a lot more about like I want my content to move people, to make people feel a certain emotion by the end of it, whether it's being inspired or maybe they want to like take action and do something, motivational, that sort of thing. So that's the first thing I think of when I create a piece of content. And then after that, it's taking my stories and my examples and kind of like figuring out, okay, does this fit the theme of what I want to create? There's a very easy one that I've learned from this creator called Brian Hines. Awesome creator. Go check him out. It's the framework is just called CAR, CAR. It's context, action, and like resolution. Very easy. What's the context of the problem, right? And then what did you do to do it? And then how did you solve it? It's very easy. So generally, I just kind of like follow that. Yeah, I feel like I'm still learning how to become a better storyteller. There are so many ways to storytell, and I think storytelling is like the root of it, right? Even if you don't have like very good visuals, but you have an amazing story, people will still sit and listen to you. So I think that is the first thing that everyone should continue to try to develop. I'm still developing it. I don't think I'm like amazing at it, but the more you do, the more you kind of get it. And yeah, it's just a little bit about practice and just putting in the reps, I think.
And did you read any books about storytelling that you like particularly liked and helped you?
Yeah, there's this guy, I think the is by what's his name? Oh, let me think. Matthew Dix, Storyworthy. Yeah.
I know this one. I know this one.
Yeah, I think that was the an interesting one. I read another one about stories. I forgot. I even took notes. Let me see if I have the.
Of
Let me
course,
see
of
if I
course.
have the. Uh, Let me see. I even took notes. So, oh, but this is more branding, I think. So it's building a story brand. I don't know who's the author. Building a story brand by Donald Miller. That was interesting also. And it gives you like different frameworks to think about. Especially if you want to like make a business out of content. I think this one is pretty good. Building a story brand.
Okay, interesting. You touched on the topic of brand, so how do you think about kind of building your brand and content creation? How does it kind of connect? And many people like talk about brand, but not many people kind of define it, what it even is, even if when everybody is talking about it. So if you have any kind of definition, and how do you think about it?
Mm, I literally just watched the video on this yesterday and I really loved his definition. There's this creator called Tom Noski. He had this amazing definition. Let me try to look for it.
Of course, of course.
I mean it's a little bit of a long thing, but let's see. No, it's not this one. That's a bit loud. What did I watch yesterday? Let me see. Let me go to my history. I think it's this one. Let's see. Okay. So his definition is quite long. Personal branding is creating genuinely useful content coupled with your specific area of expertise, coupled with attaching it to a real human being and having it distributed publicly and doing it over time sustainably. It's very, very long. I'm gonna see if I can. Is there any way to like share it with you? Maybe maybe I'll share it with you on the chat. I don't know if it works. Send message. See.
Or even give the definition like in the editing of it, so people will have it on the screen, so it's okay.
Yeah. Um yeah, it's a pretty long line, but this is the best definition of personal brand that I've heard. And it's not the typical like, oh, it's what people say. about you outside the room. Yeah, I thought it was very, very interesting. It's true. Like if you make genuinely useful content with your area of expertise, and I like the fact he talks about attaching it to a real human being. We can talk a bit about AI later, but yeah, I think it's important for it to be done by a real human being. Um, Having your content distributed publicly over time and like doing that sustainably. Because if you lack any of these factors, yeah, I think it's going to be very difficult to build a good personal brand. Even for me, like I struggled. Like even after my 30-day yapping, I fell sick. I caught COVID again. So I was just out for 2 weeks. It was crazy. And I don't have like a good system in place to, you know, make sure I'm like pushing out content all the time. So basically, I didn't really post for like 2 or 3 weeks, right? And that's just a fact because I was sick. I couldn't do anything at all. So yeah, it's good to like start building a system, which I'm starting to build again.
No, I think it's real because sometimes you just get sick and your voice is gone and you're so tired you can't do anything, and that even makes it more human. If you kind of not is post every day, but common kind of content creation advice is to post every day, and that's the best way to improve. Like maybe yes, but I know some creators that post like once a month and then make it just good. They take it as an art and they have kind of the same amount of success. So I think just consistency will not give you the results that you want. And I've heard this kind of great definition even, or something that growth means kind of consistency and experimentation. Doing a little bit of what works and less of what doesn't, because just kind of pushing it consistently will not kind of get you where you want now.
Yes, I agree. I think content is a marathon of experiments because you really don't know what will do well. Even if something does well, you can double down on it. But sometimes if you think, oh, this piece of content is going to do well, it doesn't do well. And then the piece of content, maybe you don't spend too much time of it, it blows up. Yeah, it's content is interesting, interesting challenge, I would say.